Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors, a Work Tough Gear Wednesday rendition, if you will. Man, listen, I'm excited about this. This is the Panthera. It is designed by Don Moore Kramer over at CARNIVORA, and that's the reason I'm excited. I love CARNIVORA. I love Don Moore Kramer. I love Mama Kramer. I love the whole family, and I really, really do. There's not a better dude in this knife community than Don. There's not anyone that's really helped me out as much as Don and Work Tough Gear. So to see these two combined, man, I'm seriously over the moon. Now, this is going to be an introduction to the Panthera for both you and myself. I've been saying along and along we're going to do things a little differently. Now, we're going to do some of the same stuff, but a little different approach. I was going to slice this cucumber, and then Megatron kind of pushed me out of the way, so we'll let her take it from there. But what I'm saying is this. I said in year 3 that I wanted to be challenged. Now, we're in year 4, but we're still getting challenged. And I'll be honest with you, man, nobody has challenged me knife-wise like CARNIVORA and Work Tough Gear. CARNIVORA for sure. Their whole thing, they started off making fantasy functional, and they still do some of that. They give their designers a lot of freedom. But as they move and as they grow, they still put some different shaped blades in my hand. And I'm going to be honest with you, I love the challenge. Now, Megatron is demonstrating this. And she asked me, she said, do you want me to slice it, skin it, whatever? And I just said, well, just get some slices. Let me say this before I do my intro. Throughout this video, you're going to see, and you just watched Meg. You just watched her kind of adjust the way she cuts and get used to it. It's a gorgeous blade. It's something that I really like a lot. It's the Panthera, Don Moore Kramer. If you know anything about him, he's an awesome guy. There's a lot behind that. Yes, this is kind of inspired by the Thundercats, the name at least, and I absolutely adore it. Now, I got the knife here with me as I'm doing the narration. So here's what I want you to do. I am learning in this video. This is the God's honest truth. I told you a little different direction. So this is going to be a first impressions. This is also going to be me learning how to handle a knife. We do all kinds of knives on this channel. And guys, listen to me. Listen to me. And I'm serious right here. I just had this thought the other day, and I talked to Megatron about it a lot. I am blessed, beyond blessed, to be able to do all kind of different knives. To be able to put my hands on things that normally I just would not be able to put my hands on. So I said that to say, I know what some of the comments are going to be, and some of you be, well, it's not for me. A lot of times, guys, you honestly have to put your hands on a knife to really appreciate it. That's not lost on me, okay? I'm not one of these guys that takes it for granted, I promise you. And so I'll go into this video understanding that this blade may not be for everybody, because not everybody can just go out there and buy every blade to try out. But I'm going to do my best to give you the high points on the knife, to tell you my true thoughts on the knife. And as we roll through it, just bear in mind, this is the first time I've picked up the knife. I thought it performed very well. Wood processing, I see it as kind of a chef's knife, a barbecue knife. Definitely has that spatula look to it. And you're going to see in this video, you're going to see me trying to figure out some things, okay? Sometimes people will come on and try to blame the knife. I'm not going to do that, because here's the deal. It's Work Tough Gear, so it's built first rate, first class. Now, for everybody that's always saying, well, they don't ever have anything available. Guys, they got 6 guys working there. They bust their ass. They work in drops. I will do my dead level best. I'll do my part to let you know when these knives drop, okay? But they do put out a superior product. Their knives are always razor sharp. Their knives are always well built. I've yet to have a failure. That's the God's honest truth. And here's the thing. When you have those components, it's a lot easier to do a review. What do I mean by that? I'm not worried about the knife failing. And when you're not worried about the knife failing, you can do a little extra. Now, that was that heavy gauge extension hose. We're doing the John Peter stab test here. Listen, let's watch the knife work. We'll get back to it in a minute. Let me get this part, because this is very important to the life of the channel. Guys, there was a time in this country where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. Now, stats are everywhere. That's why here on this channel, we focus on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. And all that means, man, is vets, we love you. You have a place here. We back to blue over here. We support Leo all. It's the most misunderstood thing we do, and that's okay. I've given you reasons and reasons and reasons. So I've just kind of come to the point with it with this. We can all agree to disagree. And these are my causes, guys. I don't ask you to donate to them. I don't ask you to believe in them. They're just something that I believe in. And I wanted to have a channel that was just more than me running around playing with knives. And hopefully one day we can get to the point where we can put rubber to the road and really help some folks. In the meantime, how do you do it, Scab? How do you back them? Well, I don't break the damn law. And finally, and this is very important to me because it hits home, it hits me in the heart. If you are an addict like I am, never quit quitting. So, the Panthera. Dude, when I pulled it out of the box, I just started smiling because I know Don. I know CARNIVORA intimately. I love CARNIVORA. I've got a little bit of a different relationship there. It's just like Work Tough Gear. Work Tough Gear is the first company to ever really put their faith and believe in me. And I love both. That's why, and I'm smiling now, and y'all know I don't smile. But as we work through this video, so here's the thing. Chopping. Now, this is a 2x4. Now, I think this is a phenomenal chopper. If you know anything about CARNIVORA and Don's designs, he does a lot of 2-edge type components, almost the tracker style. I know this is not a tracker style. Listen to what I'm saying. I don't know what the hell I was doing there. I thought about editing that out, and I thought I'm not going to do that. I'll tell you what I thought I was going to do. I thought I was going to stick it and be dramatic, and it didn't stick. So there's old Scabber, heads up. Now, I did want to bring this up. That pivot point between them two blades, that is kind of like a fulcrum. Man, it hits so damn hard. Now, I've done several shorts today where we chop for time, 4x4s for time. This is not a chop for time. When you see me chopping in these demonstrations, in these introduction type things, that's not for time, okay? I'm hitting it flat. I'm hitting it incorrect angles. Watch this right here. Bip, gone. I'm trying to put pressure on that edge. I know it's going to hold up, so I can swing it all kind of crazy ways. Now, through this little part, guys, we just do a lot of wood prep. And again, I'm not going to lie to you. A lot of this video is me trying to get the groove of the knife, find the sweet spot of the knife. And you say, Scab, wouldn't you do that before you did the demonstration? Normally, yes. Normally, yes. But I wanted to give you kind of a full, and normally I'm doing a drop point or a clip point or a tonto or something that, you know, I've had experience with. I can honestly tell you this extreme upswept blade is different than anything I've ever really tried. Let me give you some specs on it. Now, this knife has not dropped yet, so I don't have a link to it. I'm not being smart there. It hadn't dropped. When it does, I will. The inner grip on the handle, which is the most important measurement to me, is 5 inches, okay? What does that mean? That means that's that inner grip right below the blade that contours to your hand. And I'll say this is a supremely comfortable blade that I can get in 3 different hand positions. Although it's large, it's not too large. The overall handle, not including the pommel, is 6.5 inches. The overall length of this blade is 13, right at 13 1/8. Your blade length is about 6.5, right in there. And you're going to have about that same cutting edge. Now, with the 2 different edges, you're going to have, let's see, there's 4 inches there. Now, there's going to be there's about 7 inches of cutting edge because of that swoop. It has a nice jimping on the back. It has a place for a lanyard hole. It is full tang that extends out into kind of a walnut smasher there that will bust your ass. I promise you that, if you're a walnut. It is, let's see what we got here on the blade stock. I've got a 1/4 inch on the blade stock. The widest part of the blade is 2.5 inches. This is a slicey sumbitch. And this right here, what I did here, those little curls, it processed this up. Now, Jimbo, I am sending you this video for you to take a look. Jimbo and I are going to start collabing a lot, especially on Work Tough Gear and CARNIVORA. They're 2 distinct companies, guys. CARNIVORA is a design house. They have a maker in-house now here in the States. They also have one in Indonesia. They put out hellacious products. But again, the reason that I'm so excited, now here's your empty bottle, you bastards, for everybody, do it empty. There it is. The thing that I'm excited about is this, guys. These are two of my favorite companies coming together. And here's the truth. A lot of the same designers designed for both. So it's kind of like, almost like brother companies there, sister companies there. But just to see this, man, it does my heart good. Now I've got about 30 seconds. Overall thoughts on the knife. It's Bowler K329 G10 handle scales. Well done, like all work Tuff gear is. Razor sharp, like all work Tuff gear is. All I got to do is strop it, and we'll be in there. I am excited to do some barbecuing with this. Stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for the drop date. And remember this always, man, I love you. I'm Scab. You're not. I'm gone, son. Panthera. Badass.